Hey, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all of the other episodes, check the link in the description, stop by raprankings.com, or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform. And please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting to help us grow the channel and continue our journey as hip-hop's first and premier extreme podcast.
Track 2, Gazillion Ear, featuring J Dilla, produced by J Dilla. All right, before we give ratings, Jesse, you're in the building. So is there anything you'd like to share with us as far as why you came on for this song specifically, background with this album, things of that nature? You know the deal.
Background with this album, I'm a pretty big fan of the guy. When this came out, you know, he still had enough good favor with me, though he hadn't released anything in such a long time that was I'm going to listen to anything he drops, as long as it's not like, you know, best of love, respect to everybody, as long as it's not Bondulu. Some Bondulu stuff has come out. Okay. As long as it said Doom on it, like, I'm not trying to line step or be messy, but Metal Face, Czar Face, that's not a real album to me. Whoever that is. Let me ask Moulz. I think you said you've heard it. Is JJ Doom, Gennaro Jarrell Doom, is that a real album?
Yes.
Never heard it.
It's not it's not a favorite of mine, but it's a real album.
So like Doom worked on it.
Yeah. I mean, he worked on the Czarface album.
That ain't real.
It's real.
Okay. Not to me. And that other guy, Bishop Nehru, that wasn't real.
That was so fake. I mean, I don't even want to get into that one. That's the worst.
What I mean when I say it's not real, did he have like a relationship with the Czarface people, or was it like money under the table?
I don't know the situation there. All I know is
he knows
Gennaro Jarrell is going to come up in the archival tonight. Like, he was still fucking with Doom before the JJ Doom stuff. They were working with each other.
Right. I know they're kind of connected through the Count Basie universe somewhere. Like they all ran in the same fold.
Yeah.
Even if
and like
close,
Doom did music videos for that JJ Doom album. They were like,
okay, that was real.
They were like legit, like 12 inches and stuff for some of the singles. It was treated like, you know, like the same way we would treat like a Victor Vaughn album or, you know, one of his alter egos.
VV2, I don't count. That's not real to me.
What is that?
Vaudeville Villain 2, the second one.
You know, the funny thing about that album, to my understanding, is it kind of is fake. Like,
yeah,
it was thrown together because like there was money on the table for it. So we're not here to talk about any of that stuff.
That echoes some of my feelings on this album, thrown together.
Well, yes. I mean, I was probably, we haven't recorded part 1 yet, or, you know, pre-review, if you will. But in my background, you know, I'm going to talk about my experience with this album. So you've probably already heard that already. I wasn't really in love with this thing when it came out.
I drank the Kool-Aid like I lied to myself.
Oh, ain't no lying. I don't do that. I can't do that. I'll just be disappointed, you know?
If I'm like a super fan of somebody, like Doom, A Tribe Called Quest, I'm going to lie to myself for like the first 2-3 listens.
In fact,
like,
you know, the thing is,
it happened with... Go ahead.
With Doom, it's like I hold him to such a high standard that if this was like anyone else, I'd be okay with it, I guess. I don't think this is a shitty album overall.
Right.
But the album, like, compare it to Operation Doomsday or Food, and the album feels cobbled together, and it kind of feels like a mixtape. You know, of course, he had used beats from Special Herbs before on, you know, albums and whatnot. On the King Ghidra album, on Food specifically, that's like majority of those beats were already Special Herbs, right?
Right.
Now, this album, like for this song in particular, there's 2 J Dilla beats that were from those beat tapes. You know, I think that was the 05 beat tapes. There were several tapes. The beats have been given titles now. This is Dig It and Phantom of the Synths, but the beats never actually had titles. The next song, Ballskin, which was produced by Jake One, was actually the beat for Street Hop by Planet Asia, which came out 2 years earlier. The beat for Lightworks was on Donuts, which came
Of
out
course.
3 years earlier and already had a remix on an official Stone's Throw record. Angels with Ghostface Killah. He did change the drum programming for the album version, but Nature Sounds put out an arguably better version, which we'll talk about, of Angels 2 years earlier on a compilation. So in some ways, this feels like a mixtape, you know what I mean? Or like a street album, if you will. Like, this doesn't feel like it's in the spirit of Operation Doomsday or Food. It's missing a warmth that those albums have. And this is the beginning of, and I can't speak to his health issues, but this is the beginning of Doom's voice starting to concern me a little bit. Like, whenever I hear a rapper and their voice suddenly becomes like really gruff, I assume they've just either been smoking a lot of weed over the years and it's kind of catching up to them vocally, or something's going on health-wise. And, you know, I didn't know what was going on with Doom. I just knew that something sounded a bit different to me.
In the chat style, they say this guy was on much heavier drugs than just weed.
Yes. Yeah. And I mean, I was going to mention him actually. As you listen to his later recordings, there's a gruffness in his voice that started to concern me a little bit. Like, forget about entertainment and like, oh, this isn't how I like him to sound. I was like legit like, all right, what's going on here? Like, he doesn't sound like he's doing well. And, you know, that was the beginning of this era for me in terms of, you know, having really soaked up everything that came before this album. I couldn't help but feel disappointed that, you know, a handful of songs on this album do feel like they could have been on the proper follow-up to Food. But there's some stuff on here that just, like, musically doesn't suit Doom, especially...
Is this considered the follow-up?
To Food?
Yeah.
Yes, because it's the third MF Doom solo album. Of course, there's Danger Doom before this, and there's other alter egos, but, you know, mainline MF Doom, there's nothing between this and Food.
Right, but on this one, they dropped the MF for some reason.
Right. It's like that is a thing. It's just Doom.
He's just Doom on this.
I don't know if it's like some contractual shit where, like, you can't release an MF Doom album on Lex Records, but...
that was probably the deal, because MF Doom was previously signed to Rhymesayers.
Right.
And maybe he had another album that he owed. I don't know.
Them. Yeah.
I don't know.
That Look, guy, he was a... Yeah.
He did like crazy... Yeah, he did crazy things business-wise, which we've covered extensively in the past on the show. But, you know, this is just like... I don't know. Mel, hit the Damian Priest drop. This is how I felt when I first heard Born Like This.
Damn,
I got to be honest. This is how I felt.
Oh, that's deep. Well, wow.
Because here's the thing. I already thought the Adult Swim stuff, like the characters from Aqua Teen Hunger Force and whatever on Danger Doom, was like pushing it a little bit for my liking. You're supposed to sample old cartoons, not this new bullshit.
Well, Moulz saw this shit come across his desk in 2009 and heard it and said,
"You're done. You're washed. It's over."
And to that point, his rapping's not as good on this album as it was on pretty much everything he had released previously, Doom or Alter Ego wise.
But I mean, going back to what you just said, Danger Doom was like an hour-long commercial for Adult Swim.
Yes.
So they gave him the bag and he did the commercial.
I still thought his rapping on there was much sharper than it is on here.
Yeah, technical basis, yeah.
Like, I'm not going to get into my thoughts on songs we haven't reviewed yet. And there's certainly a couple songs on here that sound like vintage Doom to me. But I can't get, you know, away from this feeling that, like, some of this shit just sounds kind of mailed in, and the album in general sounds cobbled together.
It is. And listening back, yeah. Well, like I was saying a few minutes ago, like, this album and A Tribe Called Quest, We Got It From Here, Thanks For Your Service. Those are two albums where it's like first 2-3 listens I'm hyped because it's like, fuck it, this is one of my favorite acts of all time. And, I'm just going to, cap and lie to myself. But
that album has more memorable moments than this one does. The Tribe one.
I haven't revisited it since maybe year.
I'm one of the more like cynical people when it comes to that Tribe album. Like, I wasn't in love with it like everybody else was, but it did feel more inspired than this does. It did feel like, like more sturdy than this project does. This project, it's got ups and downs for me. Like, it's a real mixed bag. And it's interesting because we haven't done a Doom album where we have been, openly critical of his work. It's been all, hit the new drop now about 30 minutes. This is what all the Doom reviews have been prior to this point.
Damn, I like to think we I guess you're right. Compared to our previous Doom reviews, yeah, I guess that you could say turn on that Doomsday or that Mad Villainy or that damn food, and you'll be like,
you sucking on it for 30 minutes.
Okay, but I mean, damn, we was actually sucking on it for like 8-9 hours, but yeah, I guess in comparison, relatively speaking,
his peak was 2004, 2005 for me.
Yeah, that was when he was most prolific. He was putting out projects every couple months.
Right, but most of them were like high quality.
Yes, yeah, it was.
You take 5 years off, this is I feel like this is a money grab. This album.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I speaking humbly, because I wasn't listening to him at the time. I was like, in 09, I was 16.
But here's the thing. You've already heard Operation Doomsday, Mad Villainy, and Food, and you haven't heard this until now. So, like, you're getting the same experience we did, more or less.
Well, no, I was just going to say, as someone who just wasn't there live and doesn't really know what he was doing personally, like, I look at it this way, he probably didn't stop rapping for 5 years, but you know what it is when you're having a run and you're like in the zone, so to speak. When you leave it, like, he probably kept rapping from 04, 05 to 09, but he wasn't in that space anymore that was generating that shit when he was, operating from a certain space. So, every artist has like that moment of their career where it's like, I guess the quality and the output are both at a high level, and trying to chase that is kind of a fool's errand. So the best you can hope for is to just, take your time as long as you need to make sure the quality's still there, but like pumping it out at the rate it was before, you might not be able to do that. Sometimes you just hit that manic mode. Well, it ain't no time. It's all,
They came with a bag. They came with a bag like, we got some money for a new Doom album. And he was like, fuck it.
He raps on here about
that's what it feels like, because if you look at the previous two albums, he did all the beats on those albums. On this album, he only does some of the beats. Right. And outsources the production, and even in some cases doesn't even outsource production, literally just like raps over beats. Just gets on
somebody's beats.
Yeah, that have already been released and or had been heard by the public at that point.
Right.
Well,
I feel like these were random recordings that he might have just had, just laying around for years. King Ghidorah, for example, you could tell that was like one fully fleshed out vision. Same thing for Operation Doomsday, Food.
Everything,
even
up until this
even
point.
Danger Doom, yeah.
Even like the Victor Vaughn stuff, there's like a little more of an electronic bent to the beats on those. Right. This is just like, there's, I think, 2 beats, maybe 1 beat on this album by Madlib. That was probably some Mad Villainy 2 shit that was laying around on a hard drive, and he's just like, fuck it. This is damn near like that thing he was doing with Adult Swim towards the end of his life, that Missing Notebook series.
Yeah.
More than it's a Doom album. It feels like a retail mixtape to me. in many different ways. And the quality is noticeably lower than everything that came before it.
Right. I'm sure he just got, whatever clearances he needed to get from the producers. Like, hey, you mind if I throw this on this album? And, my Dukes, you mind if I throw these Dilla beats on this album? And yeah, we're just going to call it an album. No. I'm sure he probably was supposed to maybe even come out with an album with Jake One, considering Jake One got 4 beats on here. And yeah.
Well, there was also something that Doom did, I believe it was a year earlier, on the Jake One White Van Music album as well. I think it was called Trapdoor.
Right.
So they did a record on there together. And,
right.
It was supposed to be just, I don't know if they were going to do an album together, but, it was supposed to be just like, oh, you do something for me, I'll do something for you style, I think. But for what? I don't know. I don't think he was actively working on Born Like This.
Who, Jake One?
No. Doom. I don't think he was working on this album after Danger Doom, and he locked in and worked for 4 years on this thing. It's impossible. It couldn't happen.
No, this is not 4 years of...
Yeah, you hear it in the work. Like, unless he was barely recording, and this is just the summary of all the recordings he made within the time period between that album and this, it was just... His schedule and his workflow had slowed down, perhaps.
I'm trying to be respectful because the man is gone. But, this man got a Charles Bukowski poem. He was just doing random shit. It was like, fuck it, we gonna call this an album. He's not on Still Dope with Star. Best of love to her.
Yeah, but he's not on the Star song on Food either. That tracks.
Right.
That song sounds like it could have been on Food.
This one's Still Dope?
Yeah, with Star on it. Like, do you remember the joint that she's on Food? Yeah. It's just her.
Yeah, best of love. We might have had to edit that on the memorial, but I buried that song.
Oh, I don't dislike that song at all.
I buried it.
No, I recall being a fan, but what you're both saying, I can speak to that, without getting too ahead of myself. We're only on track 2, but yeah, having reviewed Mad Villainy, Operation Doomsday, and Food on the show, this feels decidedly less connected. It's a very disjointed album experience, which makes it feel like less of an album. It does feel like, all right, let's see what I got, on the hard drives and cobble something together. There isn't as strong of a through. What the hell?
What just happened?
I thought the fucking floor fell out and I went to hell. I was like,
I thought the ghost of doom was smiting you.
All right, bitch. Gonna stop talking about my album. No, it doesn't have that strong of a through line compared to those albums. It feels like playing to the expectations. It's like, all right, I guess we got to throw some sound bites from cartoons here, and we're gonna do this here, but it doesn't feel.
Even the sound bites from cartoons are less inspired than the ones that were chosen on the previous albums.
Yeah,
I mean, everything just feels like less thought out and way more thrown together. And you know what? This is 2 beats, right? It's 2 Dilla beats, as I mentioned. We get a beat switch. I don't even like the first Dilla beat we get here, the one that he starts off. Yeah, I don't care for it.
Shit! Well, hold on. Are we starting? Are we finna get into this song? Because I mean,
okay. I'll give you my rating. It's Jesse. You want to give your rating or the guest?
Sure, 8+.
Okay, 7-. Ding me, baby.
Well, shit. Moulz Mel connect 7-. So we all like the song. It's just,
I like it. I mean, I think Doom is solid on here, but I like the second beat far more than the first one. I really like the second one. That's a good one. Here's the problem, though. I already heard that beat before this album came out. Not because I downloaded those J Dilla beat tapes, but J Electronica had a song, dimethyltryptamine. Okay, so I already heard the beat and someone rapping on it. And, this was when J Electronica had a lot of mystique around his name. And
who was the bigger scammer?
Doom or J Electronica?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
That man invaded the Rothschild family.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to put... Like, I feel like J Electronica took bigger swings with his scams and succeeded, which is even crazier. Like, he got signed to Rock Nation. He was in the Rothschild family at one point. But Doom had
Rock Nation wasn't a scam, but yeah.
It was a scam.
They saw a good business opportunity and they invested in them, and it was a bad investment.
It was the worst investment of all time. But the Electronica grift is like, he goes for really big swings, and I think Doom is just more consistent with it. Like, there's so many different stories of Doom getting one over on people.
Well, he has more flair in his scams, and it ties into his character. He's a villain, so it's like, you got me, you know.
No. Best of love. Best of love. Villain was his crutch for like just doing Bandulu shit.
Oh shit.
This all started with Doctor Doom from, the Marvel Universe being a villain. And now he wants to be like a real life villain, having a fake guy rapping on stage as you.
And
right. No, you're just ripping people off. Best of love to the man. One of my favorite rappers ever. But you can't do all that and just say, "Oh, I'm the villain." It's okay.
I'm the villain.
No. That's like me just being a complete asshole, like, to people and saying, "Oh, I'm the line stepper." That's me. That's what they call me. No.
Oh shit. I mean, well,
that's pretty much how MJF carries himself. So
yeah, pretty much.
I'm a line stepper, so that's what's to be expected of me, of course. But let's hear this J Electronica. We do have it. So this is the first time most people probably heard someone rap on this beat.
Okay, so this happened before MF Doom released his version.
Yeah, this would probably be about a year before.
Wow. All right. Well, this is Scammer 1B, I guess, and MF Doom is 1A. This is J Electronica with Ethel's a dime and she tripped a meme. Here we go.
Once, 35 years ago, Cheney had worked for Rumsfeld. It began in the Nixon administration, when Rumsfeld was looking for a staff aide.
One day, Don called me and said, "There's a young intern on the Hill named Dick Cheney. I'm thinking of hiring him. I'd like you to interview him and see what you think." So I interviewed Dick and called Don and said, "I think this guy's pretty good. You ought to hire him."
They would be closely linked for more than 3 decades.
Pigs with the heads of men, spat acid that lays up my third eye closed like Lassett. A midget in the casket like a baby in the bonnet with a bottle in the basset. Horn playing the theme song from Children of the Corn. Oh, I must be dreaming. A lady in the nightgown puffing, kush screaming. Signal me over, you with the waves. I sing you from the Catholic church people digging graves. I got your number, sonny, so ain't no use in fighting, yelling, or running from me. I never ran, ma'am. Well, then you ain't a clever man, Sam. Listen, the two-faced king from Britain and Rome had a baby in the bush on the grassy knoll, where they peeled back the orange head peel of a gnome. He said he MC, I know you like killing them. You terrorize the skies for 25 millenniums. Now you setting fire to land. You the lion, you the savior, the messiah, the lamb. You need backup, he moving on to you, that dog. Call Badu and get Tyrone on the megaphone. Tell him I sent you when your code name is Megatron. If trouble come, use your brain like a telephone. He'll take you to the chocolate.
Okay. All right.
All right, I have an answer.
The scammer question.
to my own question.
Okay.
Jay Electronica is the bigger scammer because he sold us his potential for years, like since like 2007. He sold us like
You're
the
right.
potential of what he was going to be.
Yes.
MF Doom was scamming, but he had already done like amazing shit.
He dropped great projects. Jay Electronica didn't drop any projects.
Right.
And he had Just Blaze and Erykah Badu and all these people, Frank William Jr. Miller, all of these people telling us what a genius he is, and he wakes up and thinks about strategies, and he's so much of a tactician, and he's a magician, and he can
what was
disappear.
His first album, like 2019?
And the thing about Jay Electronica was he was just a guy.
He was just a scammer.
It was 2007, and they were trying to tell us this Killer Priest sound-alike was the future.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. I liked Exhibit C too. You know, but
he rode the potential of Exhibit C for like a decade.
A fucking career because he rapped on some fucking Jim Carrey shit. You know.
Look, all you got to do is, if you want to understand what Jay Electronica's potential could have been, just listen to the Killer Priest albums from the last 13 or 14 years, and that'll do the trick. Like, he's doing everything that in the same, damn near the same exact voice, the same subject matter. There was no need to be waiting on this man every Christmas for that fucking Act 2 bullshit, okay?
I want I need fucking someone get Kevin Nash to like listen to Jay Electronica, because his review will reveal the truth. He will see the scam in that no one saw for years.
Here's a question, Jesse.
Yes.
Do you consider Mach-Hommy to be a scammer because he charges like hundreds, sometimes even thousands of dollars for his albums?
That's not scamming. That is, I'm putting a price out here, and you know, if you're not even dumb enough, if you feel like this is worth that number, yeah, you're gonna pay it.
But you're gonna get the product, so it's not a scam.
Right.
It's just expensive.
He treats it like it's bullshit to me, but he treats it like artwork. Like, yeah,
okay.
That's literally
one more question.
Like, this is a piece of art
in this realm. Okay, one last question. Your old Droog.
What about him?
Is he a scammer with his like tweets about certain producer albums that, you know, may never materialize? I'm not talking about the Madlib album, which I know is real, but you know, this Count Basie album he's been dangling for 5 years. Now he's talking about, I'm doing a whole album with Obliv. That'll never come out. Like, where do you stand on him scamming with A, low effort rap Twitter engagement tweets, and B, lies about future collaborations?
I don't think either of those are scams. Everybody is engagement baiting. It's a shitty, you know, tactic for using social media. But the other part, it's bullshit to me, but it's manifestation.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people will put in their bio like what they want to be. You know, like their Twitter bio will say like, you know, astrophysicist or comedian or some shit. I know it's two different worlds, but like comedian, and there's no evidence of this person doing any of that. So he's just projecting it into the world, but I mean, we know the truth. I don't consider that a scam. He's just, you know, he's not ripping nobody off. He's just putting some ideas out into the world.
I don't consider anything a scam that gives you what you paid for, you know?
Maybe he's trying to get like the attention of those guys. Like maybe he wants Count Basie to know who he is and say, oh, sure, let's work on some music. Something like that. I don't know.
They did a song together, and then, you know, it was supposed to be a whole album. Never materialized. And I know sometimes things just like fall apart behind the scenes and stuff just doesn't get finished. But
yeah,
he's the king of announcing. Like, he said he had a record with Mr. Fantastic on it.
He said he has one?
Yes.
I don't think Mr. Fantastic has recorded 10 songs in his life.
So Mr. Fantastic popped up at, I think it was like a Your Old Droog, Makami, God Fahim show.
Right. There was a picture of him or something.
Yeah, and like word was, that he was just there not to like do any, like just to like check it out, not to do music with people. But in the coming days, we would see tweets from Your Old Droog talking about Your Old Droog / I don't know, Yassine Bey / Mr. Fantastic coming soon.
He's an idiot if he doesn't know or he hasn't thought to try to do an album with E11. E11 is his DJ. E11 makes beats. Like, do you not know that E11 makes beats? Like, have you not tried to do a whole album with him? Y'all together all the time.
I think because that's not a draw at the end of the day. Like, Homeboy Sandman did a whole album with E11, and
Humble Pie or something?
Yeah, people didn't support it. Like, he's not a name that gets the marks going.
Unfortunately, that's sad.
You also kind of can't scam with something nobody wants, so...
Well, we want, man. Look, if you tell me I'm a rapper and I have the next feature from Mr. Fantastic, I'm waiting until you drop that shit.
I was talking about the him and the E-Dan. E-Don.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. E-Dead, because his internet presence is fucking killing me inside. All right. Stop engagement fishing. All right. Your old droog. All right.
It's killing you inside?
It kills me when I see people blatantly engagement fishing. Yes. But that's like neither here.
Him being one of the ones, or?
No, not him specifically, anybody.
He's not even that successful at it. So.
I know. But anyway. We settled.
Like, it kills me when people fall for the bullshit.
Yeah, tell me about it. Just to bring it back to the song real quick about the beats, J Electronica rapped on it. But, I just want to say, because the way it's structured is you have that first beat, then there's like the beat in the middle, and then we pivot back to the first beat. I like both beats, like just fine. I'm not in love with them, but they're fine. But a narrative kind of formed in my head listening to this song. The first beat is like a 60s orgy den waiting room type beat. Yeah, orgy den. And then the second, I picture Austin Powers listening to Doom rap to like pass the time until it's their turn to enter the room and start fucking. And then the second beat.
The second one?
The first beat, like that. But no, when they pivot to the second beat in the middle, it sounds like a shootout in the den. Like people getting shot, is blood and cum flying everywhere. It's like, oh, damn. But then when we pivot back, because the people in the room are obviously like, addicted to sex or probably on drugs, they just resume fucking, fuck the pain away, Jesse style, Like,
oh goodness, Jesse
that's what
style,
I see.
Fuck the pain away.
You said it before in a voicemail. You don't do it anymore. You said you used to fuck your problems away, but that's what this beat is. I
thought
bringing
about the
to mind.
Argument. It was a good argument.
The first beat brings nothing to mind for me. It's a nothing beat. Okay, if it didn't say produced by J Dilla, I don't even think we'd be having this conversation right now.
Going back to what Mel just said, the first beat is, for me, Austin Powers, like in a car chase. Like he's chasing down the bad guy or something.
Where are you guys getting Austin Powers from in this beat?
Well, it's something very 60s about it to me.
It sounds it's just a fast tempo for me. That I just hear a car chase, or like, I don't know if it's like some no, it's not James Bond shit. James Bond wasn't into that hib. But like the second one.
What a sentence! What a statement!
The second one though sounds like the sex den, like Austin Powers with a woman around him.
Yeah,
I think it sounds like a snake charmer.
That too. Yeah. That too.
That's a snake charmer ass beat.
Brief tangent. Quickly rate off top of your head. Lil Wayne, So Addictive freestyle.
What?
From the Squad tape?
Yeah, Squad 4. You said Snake Charmer.
7+ probably.
Oh shit, that's like a fucking. It's in the 9 territory.
I haven't heard it recently, so I couldn't.
I'm about to say, if you haven't heard it at all, that's peak.
I mean,
Wayne.
we've discussed this on the show. Rumor is I'm a fake Lil Wayne stan, you know? But
Well, because you became a stan of a guy and didn't go back and listen to the stuff you hadn't heard.
Not
Have you
all
heard
of
Squad
it.
4 ever?
I believe so, yes. But
Oh, man.
not more than once. That's why I'm a fake
you have to
fan.
hear SQ3, 4, and maybe 5 and 6. Yeah. 2002 Wayne was, yeah. He was.
I got a mix that'll eventually come out when we do one of those tapes. It's the best of the Squad Up series, Mel. It's already in the Google Drive.
Oh, well,
can you send that to me, please?
I'll give you.
Can we
Mel,
send
can
it
you
to Jesse? I'll send it to him right now.
Can you send it to him right now?
All right, I'll send it to you right now, Jesse. And patrons, you
don't have to wait till season 31, okay?
Yeah. Full disclosure, I have 0 compilations.
You have
What is
0
that?
compilations?
0 RAB compilations.
Okay.
Like bonus materials, I have nothing downloaded on my computer. Like I'm always interested, but like there's just so much.
You're old, I get it.
Well, thank you for
Cartoons,
advertising.
four editions of Deluxe. It's just too much music for me.
That's because we
But
offer
I will
so much
download
value.
the Squad. Huh? Yeah, so much value. Definitely.
Yeah. All right.
Too much music for Jesse, but so much value.
Jesse doesn't fuck with the Patreon releases. He doesn't listen to the mixtape reviews. He doesn't download the mixes. He just pays for the Patreon.
I will go back one day and probably hear it all.
Let me see. I'm trying to find
when I have
shit.
nothing to do. Huh?
I'm searching the drive. I'm looking for the mix.
You don't have to send it to me on the air.
It's in the mixes folder.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Lil Wayne, the best of Squad Up.
All right, let me see. Lil Wayne, best of Squad Up. Yep, here it is. Okay, I had searched Squad, but you know the Google Drive search don't be doing right.
It's SQAD.
Yeah, I did SQAD, and it still didn't pop up because you know.
Like I was a Gutter fan for a little while. I was all those guys. Yeah,
you were all those guys.
I was a fan of all of those guys.
How about Nut the Kid, aka Kid Kid, both a member of Young Money and G Unit.
Anyone who was on SQ3 and 4, I was definitely a big fan of.
Yeah, he's on 4 for sure.
All right, Jesse. A link is in the chat right now. All right,
appreciate it.
But yeah, the beat on here, it's cool. Both beats are cool.
I also I clipped the silence in front of some of the tracks. Some of those Squad tracks, there's like 2 seconds of silence.
Okay.
Before when you press play.
Yeah. Well, I'm here for the raps here. You know, which feels kind of strange to say because usually when J Dilla's name is attached to a song, usually that sucks up a lot of oxygen. But these beats kind of just played a role here.
Well,
like,
they're
oh
not,
my God, this is nuts.
They're not J Dilla beats that were produced for MF Doom for MF Doom's album. They were just beat tape beats. Like,
right, and he just
they never got to be fleshed
out.
out. Maybe, if the things were different, it would be a situation where the beat would end up sounding a little bit different by the end of it. Yeah.
Well, it's songs like this that would have me think like, oh, this is going to be, a usual MF Doom album experience just without him like producing the majority of it. But this is a bait and switch because the raps here are like, yeah, this is the guy I know and love. I recognize this guy. He's doing the third person, he that I like so much, he rests when he's ashes. That actually really kind of hit me this week, obviously dealing with death, but also MF Doom being gone now. So it's like, damn, he's resting, But they supposed to know his show when his aura glow. Much ado about aura these days, but this guy had it. Like, that's undeniable. I say the flow, the style, the lore, the look. I mean, he had aura.
Aura.
He had
Did he?
aura, bro. Okay, he actually did before it became a buzzword. I would say a lot of his popularity is due to his aura. You know,
I don't. It's not a point worth debating, but I don't know if it was aura. I think it just became a trend of sorts to just be into doom.
Yeah, but the iconography, the rapper who wears a mask, like the gimmickry of it all, that plays a role.
If you're talking about the same thing as like Wu-Tang with like the symbol and you know,
and
all
just
the
like
backstories and kung fu.
Yeah, the kung fu.
Yeah, okay, you can say all right.
The comic book album covers, like the Jizza record, you know.
Right.
Well, that's what they share. They share the iconography that people attach themselves to. But I would argue, I might get my head chopped off for this. Wu-Tang Clan didn't have aura to me. And I'm just speaking for myself. The thing about aura is MF Doom makes you want to see what the fuck he on. It's like, what is this dude about? Like wearing this mask and saying these crazy things.
They had a lot of
Wu-Tang Clan. I mean, maybe it's just I wasn't outside in the early 90s, you know?
No,
I was, but I was like a baby.
We know your opinions about their music, so.
Would you say they have aura, Wu-Tang Clan?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
There were 9 different guys, Mel. Every album, most of the solos, the early solo stuff was done by RZA. None of that stuff sounded alike. It's like, okay, what is RZA going to give to this guy? Like, what is this album going to sound like? And they were all distinct from one another. Like Raekwon and Ghostface don't sound like one another.
I mean, let me put it this way. They wouldn't have had an entire season dedicated to them on this show if they didn't have any aura.
Right. They got a Showtime special. They've had not Showtime special, a Showtime show. They've had multiple documentaries.
They've had action figures made of them. Like they've had a video game. With they had a clothing line. What are you talking about? They had no aura.
Nah, that's separate from aura. Like marketability or intrigue, you know.
I thought intrigue and aura were like synonymous.
They are. I was thinking that right as I said it. Folks, call in 718-635-0743. Did Wu-Tang Clan have aura? I don't think so. At least if they did, they don't anymore. Whereas MF Doom, I think, still had aura. And I don't mean just because he died and his mythology will live on. It's like even before he died, you're still wondering the whereabouts of MF Doom. When's he going to pop back out? Like, that never subsided. Wu-Tang Clan, I mean, come on.
That's not an aura, though. Mystery isn't aura. Like, it can be, but it's not a required... Like, just because you're not asking when are they going to pop out. So the only people who have aura are people who are mysterious and only pop out, like, at random...
That's not what I said.
Intervals?
That's not.
So Kendrick's got aura, Mel, is what you're saying.
I don't know who that is.
He does.
I don't know.
But an example of aura, Mel, is like with Wu-Tang is like Raekwon and Ghostface, they worked together extensively and didn't sound like one another. The clips, they don't sound identical,
but they sounded
similar enough.
Some people got them confused. But
like
the
if
thing
you're
too
a
about
lazy
Raekwon,
ear,
Raekwon and Ghostface, like Ghostface had the iconic like jewelry. Raekwon would always be like in the Tommy Hilfiger and the polo. Like for the time, these guys were like, you know, they were in a lot of ways like very fashion forward. Method Man. You're going to tell me fucking Method Man doesn't have aura?
Individuals in the crew had aura. The clan.
Yeah, and the crew as a whole had aura as well. I'd say certain individuals outside of the crew didn't have aura. Like Jizza has no aura as just a guy. But in his group, he does.
Mel, this is pre-internet, Mel. I don't want to say Michael Jackson or anything, but they were like, for a minute, like 93 to like 95, they were like on some Beatles shit for hip fans.
Not even 93, 95, 93, 97. But I
to 97, right?
On the Wu-Tang Forever episode, at the
probably the most anticipated album of all time.
The Tower Records in Carl Place off of Old Country Road on Long Island, there was a line out the fucking door to get Wu-Tang Forever.
That's probably the most anticipated rap album of all time. If not Life After Death, because Biggie passed right before it came out. But
and the way that
Wu-Tang definitely had aura.
The way that like the aura was the kung fu flicks and that shit mixed with the hip hop styles, like, you know, the Jeeps, the Polo, the Tommy Hilfiger, like, you know, they were fly too. Then you had characters like an ODB. Like, to say they didn't have aura is insane.
Like, there are still people. I don't get it. I don't want to say I don't get it. I get it if you're a big fan. But, like, there are still people coming out, like, in droves to see Killer Priest in 2024.
Hey, best of love to him.
I didn't go into the show, but I went by a Killer Priest show a few months ago because a friend of mine was, like, opening for Killer Priest. And, yeah, they were out there, like they had been camping for Black Friday. They were out there like in an hour or two. You know the Virgil Moulz?
The Virgil?
The venue.
I don't think so.
It's off Santa Monica Boulevard and like Virgil Boulevard. It's like Los Feliz. Like right by the booze. This is very LA regional. Right outside of Silver Lake. But this venue holds maybe 100 people. And people were in line like they couldn't miss the show like 2 hours before it started. I didn't get it.
All right. Well, hey. It's just my feeling, okay? Just in terms of MF Doom versus Wu-Tang Clan, these were two people or two acts, I guess, that I wasn't that acquainted with. I came out the other end of each one like, okay, I see the point of MF Doom. I like it. And then Wu-Tang, we did the whole season. I was like, I was sold something and I didn't like what I paid for, you know? But that's just me.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was done.
Would you agree Moulz Doom had like a cult following?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Not
but like he wasn't
Moulz, but yeah.
But he wasn't like mainstream. Like Wu-Tang was like almost instantly mainstream.
Yeah, Wu-Tang, the thing about Wu-Tang is, and you weren't really like conscious for this, so I don't blame you for feeling this way. But like they're like MF Doom never got a movie like How High in movie theaters with you know, it's Method Man. Like he's the
that
star.
was some Def Jam shit, but yeah.
But still, it's like, who do we know Method Man as? As the guy from Wu-Tang. That's where he built up his name, you know? RZA with like the shit he was doing, like he's like did shit on the Kill Bill soundtrack. He did the soundtrack to Ghost Dog, Way of the Samurai. Like, you know, these guys were getting like, Doom was not getting these level of opportunities.
Right. He was Adult Swim, which was like some niche shit.
It's some cult following type shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
His biggest appearance might have been, was it Jimmy Fallon? Some late night show with De La Soul.
Yeah, when they did Rock Cocaine Flow.
Yeah, that was like his.
But, you know, they were bringing people from Wu-Tang on, like, all the music shows back in the day to interview them. I'm talking about, like, white shows, too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would say part of that, though, is MF Doom seemed to want to be reclusive. He wasn't really trying to be out there like that.
Good point.
So, you know.
It again, like, it's kind of part of the mystique, right? And the mystique plays into the aura. I'm not saying mystique and aura are completely separated from one another, but I don't think just being mysterious gives you aura.
No, I agree with that. Yeah, no, aura is about more than mystery. You know, Wu-Tang Clan isn't mysterious to me, but I don't. Like, that's not why I think they don't have aura. It's something else. But that's for Aura Talk with Mel coming soon in 2085. But yeah, this song has a lot of the what's the word I want to use? Touchstones, maybe of MF Doom.
As a rapper, not as a musician, because this doesn't sound like the type of beat that we've heard him on.
Yeah,
like,
but you get those moments from him where it's like
he hits some sequences, like those pockets that he finds, and there's still some good wordplay. If anything, like, you know, the wordplay on this album is still very good. I don't think his rapping is as good on this album as it has been previously, though.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Like, there's a difference between like good wordplay and technique and then having something like a little more connective tissue to it, where it's a little less, I don't know, like masturbatory in some ways.
Yeah, the kind of thing that would give birth to like, you know, early Earl Sweatshirt, you know.
What do you mean?
Just that sort of like the flow specifically, it can be masturbatory, gotcha. You know, the syllabic overload, I guess.
The hot and bothered astronaut.
Astronaut applesauce, jacking off, all that. But there are
you
moments.
You think was doing that on this album?
A little bit. Like we're nowhere near it yet, but if you want an example of what I think is masturbatory to an extent, and this isn't an indictment on the record, I haven't given my quality judgment here yet, but more rhyming.
More rhyming, okay.
That is a song where it's as advertised. It's kind of just rhyming to rhyme for sure.
Or what's the other one with the? Is that's that? Yeah, like that's
that and Gazillion Ear is the only two songs like I vouch for rapping wise on this album.
I don't agree, and I think there's better songs that I would vouch for rapping wise on this album. That's is an example of masturbatory MCing. It's just wordplay for the sake of it. It's not, to me, there's no real connective tissue there. There's no emotion there. There's no story. There's no personality. It's just, look how good I am at doing this thing.
Well, that's a lot of his career.
No, it's not. And that masturbatory style only started on this album.
No, like the bootleg title was called Yeehaw. I don't know the name of it. One of the last songs on Food. Give It a Sec for the Pain to Start. This one right here, it ain't for the faint of heart. That song where he was just going off for like 2 minutes.
I would say
it's still not, it was in just
service of, you know, a larger.
I'm talking about basically ignoring the beat and just doing an exercise, essentially.
Yeah. You folks, you know, when you hear those,
what the hey? You better go somewhere and beat your meat.
Raps. You know them when you hear them. You know?
I didn't know that was a category.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
What the hell?
You could say a lot of modern Eminem is like that, you know?
Yeah, just like Rap God or Godzilla or those type of records from him. Where,
okay,
you know,
think about the truth of your argument. How much of that is Lupe?
Are you talking to me or Mel?
Either.
And who brought Lupe? And who the fuck brought Lupe into this?
No, I just think of somebody who just be rapping and just rap. Do you think he's
I
guilty?
see your point, but all I can say about that, though, is I think he kind of makes that obvious, though, with this stuff. Like, they're always presented as exhibitions rather than trying to pass them off as, like, you know, regular songs.
Like, Best of Love, I will never try to find out. I will never care about no damn mural. What he's talking about.
I will never find out. I will never. Wait, what?
I've heard the song a few times. I will never look up, like, I will never go, like, trying to decipher what he's talking about.
I will never find out. I will never try to care.
Yeah, I'll never try to care either.
I like that. That's a quote.
That's the head police coming for me. Because I don't like mural.
Oh, I ain't gonna free you out the thing either.
Well, look, I'm not the mural man myself, but again, like, I'm not
talking about.
I don't know how that got brought into the.
I was just thinking of masturbatory guys.
He can be masturbatory. I think. Look, it doesn't mean. It can be a negative thing, obviously, for me at least. But
Razzcast is another one. Best of Love.
You know, it's still like, you know, you kind of have to be a good rapper to be masturbatory with your rapping to begin with.
I don't care about none of that.
Yeah, you just care about masturbation, not masturbatory.
No, I care about understanding what you're saying, and yeah, when you're trying to go over my head, no.
Well, do you understand what's being said on That's That, for example?
Some of it.
You said you vouch. You say that only this song and That's That are the two songs on this album you vouch for.
Not they're not the only ones I vouch for, but those are the ones where it's like, damn, okay, this is glimpses of the old Doom.
I don't think this is a glimpse of the old Doom, though. I don't
this one
think
he was going crazy.
This, and you said That's That. To me, That's That more specifically is, you know, yeah, he always had great wordplay, but he styled a little bit more. That is just raw, like, you know, just raw thoughts. It's just a thought dump. It's a rhyme dump. It's not, you know, like really musical to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think you're both touching on something I felt when listening this week compared to other albums. Because, you know, first I thought, is it more dense? And it's like, no, that's not the word I want to use, because I can understand what he's saying. I think it is just more focused on rhyming rather than expression. Like that's the sign of like masturbatory rapping to me, when it's like, look how good I can rhyme, look how many, you know, internal rhymes I can fit in this one bar. And it's not that he's not saying anything, but it's just, it kind of took a back seat compared to other albums.
And by the way, that another thing I forgot to mention on That's That, that was a beat from one of the Mad Lib, I think it was Movie Scenes, his instrumental album. So like stuff is just, you know, very mixtapey.
That's That. They say this is produced by Doom.
Huh?
Wikipedia says That's That is produced by Doom.
Which beat did Madlib do?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of.
That's the one about the police.
Now, where is the That's That beat from? Was it a Special Herb, and that's where I remember it from?
Maybe.
Either way, he just attacks that beat with straight wordplay, right? And when I hear that beat, it's not even asking for that. It's kind of somber sounding. And I think of a song like Fancy Clown, for example. Like something where, you know, the old Doom would have heard that beat and wouldn't have just attacked it. Here come the Hib Police. Thankfully, they're going to take you away, and I don't have to discuss this anymore.
No, they might be coming for me for this Wu-Tang Ain't Got Aura thing. All right. Holy shit.
But yeah, I keep talking about that song. We're on this song. And I'll say, like, the rhyming from him is the best part of this song. It is good. I don't think it's the best you get from him on this album. But it does just feel like it's just kind of there. Like, what's the point of this song? You know, Deep Fried Friends has, like, a point to it, for example.
I made this point on Twitter recently. He does not have that many songs where he's talking about, you know, topically anything. Where, like, the whole song is about one topic. He doesn't have that many.
And you know, J Dilla or not, this music isn't as exciting to me as some of the music on, you know, the previous Doom albums we've reviewed. The warmth is gone, like I mentioned. This just kind of sounds like an exhibition. It sounds like a mixtape to me. And I mean, you decide, because we have it here, and we have the various remixes of it. This was the only single that was released from this album.
Okay.
I took it as like, you haven't heard from me in a while now. You know, I'm fucking back with a vengeance. I don't know.
Ain't no vengeance.
Opening track, you know, you haven't heard from me in a while. Here's me going crazy.
He goes semi-crazy. It popped
me the first time I heard it, huh?
He goes semi-crazy. It didn't pop me. It really didn't. And it's not what I want to hear when I turn on a Doom album. You'll hear that a lot from me tonight. There's just beats on this album that, like, they never would have fit in on the previous ones. I don't like this new direction of just like, let's throw together a bunch of shit. I like Doom's sound. I like Doom as a producer. I honestly would prefer if he just produced this whole album himself.
Me too. But yeah, what are we playing?
We're going to play Gazillion Ear, and then we'll play the various remixes of Gazillion Ear, and then one more thing.
All right. Well, this is Gazillion Ear, I guess. Check it out.
Villain man never ran with crows in his hand and won't stop rocking till he clocked in a gazillion grand. Tilling the wasteland sands, raps on backs of treasure maps, stacks to the ceiling fan. He rests on his ashes, ask him after 10 miles in his galoshes, smashing stashes. Chip on his shoulder with a slip-on holster, a clip, a folder, and his grip on a boulder bolster. They supposed to know the show in his aura glow. Get from out the road when he get dough is horrible. Time is money, spend, wait, save, invest, invest. The 10K so cave a chicken chest S. Yes, y'all are double get your trickles. The best ballers pitch in and rub to get a nickels. But tut tut, he about to change the price again and go up each time he blow up like hydrogen. Villain here, have him shrilling in fear. And won't stop top ill until he a gazillionaire, grill and stare. Yeah, your boy had drama, got him on the mental plane, avoided bad karma. One solar inbred, skinhead, a nigga joke. Plus a brand new chrome smoker with the triggers broke. I thought I told him fire and pins was separate. He find out later when he tries to go and rep it. Took a Jehovah money for an Arabic Torah. Charged in advance to translate it and ignored us order. One monkey don't stop, no slaughter. A junkie want a cop a quarter ton run for the border. Know the drill, it ain't worth the overkill. Flow skill, still, there's no thrill. Fill a billion 10K bills in this pillar. Villain when it gets realer, split the skrilla with Dilla. Mix. Do a deal for kicks and get rich quick. Sketch lyric bets about a nick on some Vic. Ick from the drumstick, come with the dumb stick. Sick slick, hidden in the book. The only way they find it if they're spitting in the hook. Listen, don't look now, keep walking. Traded 3 beans for this cow. Keep talking.
I just wanted to play it to the beat switch, but
I'm glad you did, because there's one more thing I wanted to point out about that. I don't like how he's rapping before the beat switch. I like when he brings it down a little bit for the beat switch. He's almost like yelling over the first beat. I've never heard him project his voice that much. He doesn't sound comfortable over this beat, the first one.
Okay. I see what you're getting at, because usually,
and then you immediately hear him do the switch when the second beat comes in, and you hear him get into like a register, and the beat sounds like more in the MF Doom wheelhouse, and all of a sudden it like starts to sound a little more natural. That saves the song for me.
When he's like sort of deadpan and detached,
yes,
that's
he
how
sounds too excitable in the beginning to me.
Right. Which is usually to me a sign that like a guy is like trying to get his heat back. It's like, I'm back, like it's me, it's like, yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, like I said, you get moments like I like it's a bar to me. The best ballers pitch in and rub together nickels, because it's like, obviously, you can't rub 2 nickels together, phrase for like a broke person, juxtaposed with a baller who's rich. But it's like, it's one of those like moments of advice too. It's like the real ballers pitch in and like fun, pool their funds and help each other out and pull each other up. One of those things. You get the, kind of doom humor and subversion. It's like took a Jehovah money for an Arabic Torah, charged in advance to translate it and ignored her, sort of. It's like scammer, scammer style. But then the subversion of one monkey don't stop no slaughter. I think the phrase is like one monkey don't stop no circus, or doesn't stop the circus, or something like that. So it's like playing with the phrase that and, recognize, but flipping it on its ear. That's the kind of stuff I come for. Wow, AO, pause. But with Doom, that's the kind of stuff I expect. That's why I listen to him. Soda inbred, skinhead, a nigga joke, stuff like that.
That's classic Doom.
Yeah. I mean, hey, he scammed again. Talking about a brand new chrome smoker with the triggers broke. I thought I told him fire and pins was separate. I guess he didn't scam him. Unless I thought was like, obviously he knows he didn't.
He never told him that.
Right, yeah. Exactly. Type shit. That's the good shit. That's what I'm there for. He does sound more natural on the beat switch. Just a note that I took note of, because like there's a lot of, you can tell it's from a beat tape, because it's like the Dilla. I'm used to hearing the beats from him. It's like Dilla, beats. And like him going mix, pop me, because I actually do that shit myself when I listen to Dilla beats. I like sing along with the fucking tags like a mark. But yeah, I get what I came for. It's just, he doesn't sound all the way at home on the music, hence the 7-.
I hold him to a very high standard, and this is like the bare minimum for me.
Yeah, I think the middle beat rapping was maybe like the could be looked at as sort of the peak before he transitions back. Just a few notes I have. Obviously, I pop for it's fake like wrestling. Get him like Jake the Snake on mescaline. That was some good shit. He got in a nice rhyme pattern that didn't feel masturbatory. Tried to hit the high note. Villain sent to itsy bitsy zygote. buy remotes and them in the meat wagon, bragging MCs packed in with their feet dragging. It's like, yeah, okay, we're killing rappers. It's familiar. I recognize this. I have a question though, and there's a nasty man in the room, so I'm sure he'd like to weigh in. I'm a fellow nasty man.
There's a nasty man in the room.
I'm nasty too, but he said, for your info, when he's not practicing Jim Crow or actressing some nympho bimbo, he's playing Ray J, the old tape. So this was 2009. Was that tape really old at that point? It's like a handful of years.
One Wish is from 2002, so that would be 7 years.
Okay, I guess. But he's referring to the sex tape, though.
Oh, okay.
Which is why I was like, wasn't that like 2004 or something? It's like, anyway, just
what made you say he was referring to the sex tape?
Well, he's talking about, actress in a nympho bimbo. He's playing Ray J, the old tape. Like he's Ray J in the sex tape.
With Kim Kardashian.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
But
I thought you meant like he's playing the tape, like he's pressing play on the tape.
Oh, no.
I was like, why is he watching the tape?
Yeah, no, he is Ray J, but yeah, it just stood out to me because I was like, it wasn't that old. Now it would be old because like initially my ear heard it was like 24 years. I'm like, yeah, that's an old tape. But then I had to remember this didn't just come out this year. So anyway.
Legendary Coxman, that Ray J.
Did you Coxman?
You never heard of the term?
No.
That's up there with Diggs as like, look it up. It's literally a word.
That's old shit.
Is that can't be a thing. That has to be a Jesse original. Coxman,
Google. Brother? I will send $20 to the RAB Cash App right now if Coxman is not on Google.
Holy shit. Dictionary, Coxman, noun, vulgar slang, U.S., a man reputed to be extremely, was it viral? Not viral. How do you fucking pronounce this word? I forgot. Virile.
Viral or viral.
Viral, right? Or sexually accomplished. Apparently it's a word, a Coxman. Damn. Shout out to Jesse. See, this is why I said I had a nasty man in the room.
I'm just saying, Kim Kardashian, Whitney Houston, he's a legendary Coxman.
He's a legendary Coxman. He is. I agree.
Man, listen, I'm not going to lie, and I've probably already discussed it since the background came before this. I pressed play on this shit in 2009. I heard this song, and it felt like something was immediately off to me, and we were in, like the fourth season of Arrested Development. Like, this is a fake.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad.
This is fake. This is
compared to the original seasons, Jesse? I know exactly what Moulz is saying.
I'm never going to listen to this thing again, I thought. Like, as soon as, I heard this shit.
This did not give me Arrested Development. Full disclosure, I have not seen Arrested Development Season 4.
How could you? Classic Jesse. Classic Jesse.
No, I caught the first few. I caught the first few episodes, and I was like, "Oh no, I can't get through this. This ain't
exactly
that old." But I'm
that's
saying,
how I felt.
That's the point.
I'm saying, Born Like This didn't give me that feeling.
Because you're not me. I said it gave me that feeling.
I understand. I'm saying for me, it wasn't that bad. Like, it wasn't like he's completely fallen off a cliff. No, I saw the first few of season 4. Was that like Netflix?
Yeah. The vibe, it's not about the fact that one thing's better than the other. It's that they both immediately gave me this feeling of something is off.
Right. Like it is the show. Cliff. These are the people, but like it's not gelling the same way.
I caught maybe the first 3 or 4 and I was like, oh no.
Something is different in a way that is not geared towards my sensibilities. So we got remixes. They do like a 5? What's that?
Didn't they do a season 5?
They did. They did actually. Yeah.
Was it more dismal than 4?
They tried to make it. They tried to make it less dismal than 4 because, like, 4, the way it was structured, it was basically going character by character per episode. It was like not how the show had originally been. And they tied
it all together. Maybe I have seen that whole season. I don't know.
So season 5, they attempt to get the gang back together more so that you have more characters sharing scenes with one another. It's just as miserable, but in different ways.
Same writers?
Yeah.
How'd they fuck it up then?
I don't know.
They was doing old girl wrong. What's her name? The mom.
Jessica Walter?
Jessica Walter, yeah.
Yeah, they did. They
were
made
doing
her
it
cry.
wrong?
I remember. Yeah.
Oh, my boy.
Your boy?
Man. Nah, I mean, I just fuck with a lot of the roles he's played. Larry Sanders Show, Jeffrey Tambor. Larry Sanders Show, and then fucking, George Bluth. That's why I call him my boy. He's not my boy. And he's kind of an asshole from what I've heard.
Okay.
Yeah, we got some on-set complaints about that guy. Okay.
Yeah, like they almost couldn't do season 5. Or, oh man.
Well, fuck them.
I'm just saying that's how I was feeling. I had such a strong emotional attachment to pretty much everything that came before this, minus the meatwad type shit going on Danger Doom. Like everything spoke to me, and it felt, I feel like maybe Wrestling Gifts could speak to this, of what made, Doom. It felt like that was what was making Doom so special. And then this comes along and it doesn't feel special anymore. It feels like, like you were saying, Jesse, someone approached him with money and he scrapped a bunch of different recordings together.
Oh, that's all it is.
To make it. And yeah, we got the 12-inch here of Gazillion Ear, where we have some remixes. I guess first up is this Tom York remix. And this is proof that, Radiohead's one of the greatest bands of all time. But you get Tom York in the booth, trying to get, a remix for a rap song going or some shit like that, and he's just gonna fall off a fucking cliff.
I don't know about that guy.
This is awful. This is awful. You have to hear this to believe this.
Okay.
I feel like he's gonna name drop anybody with a buzz, with enough of an underground buzz.
Who's that? Tom York?
Yeah.
He's a British white guy. Of course he is.
No, he's supposedly a Quelle fan, and I'm like, really?
He's a Quelle fan. He's a Billy Woods fan. He's an Elucid fan.
He name dropped them too? He definitely name dropped Quelle.
Yes. And he did this Doom remix. And he's a Flying Lotus mark as well.
We fucking know.
He's a white British guy going through a midlife crisis. Leave him alone.
All right. Well, we can't leave him alone because we have to hear his.
This remix is a 2 out of 10. Damn. This thing is awful.
All right, let me judge for myself.
It's so bad. It's so much worse than what we actually got here. So check it out.
Villain man never ran with crows in his hand and won't stop rocking till he clocked in a gazillion grand. Till in the wasteland sands, raps on backs of treasure map, stacks to the ceiling fan. He rests on his ashes, ask him after 10 miles of his galoshes, smash his stashes, chip on his shoulder with a slip-on holster, a clip, a folder, and his grip on a boulder bolster. They supposed to know the show in his aura glow, get from out the road when he get dough, it's horrible. Time is money, spend, waste, save, invest, or fest. The 10 case of cave of chicken chest S. Yes, y'all a double gets trickles. The best ball is pitching and rub to get a nickels. But tut, he about to change the price again. It go up each time he blow up like hydrogen.
Get the fuck out of here, you son of a bitch.
Villain here, have him shrilling in fear, and won't stop top ill until he a gazillion there, grill and stare. Yeah, your boy had drama, got him on the mental plane, avoided bad karma.
So he doesn't have any vocal contributions.
3-.
He has a few. They're in the background.
Oh, is that him doing the?
Yeah, I assume so.
So did he speed up the vocals, or did Doom rap at that pace?
Sound like he sped it up, but.
Well, let's hear a slightly better remix. Well,
no, Doom rapped on that. Doom rapped on that because he was loud on.
Yeah,
on
it's a different vocal take.
Oh shit!
It's awful. It's awful.
What was Doom doing?
He was working with one of the greats. I mean, I understand, but just because you're one of the greats in your chosen genre doesn't mean you can go into rap, make a remix, and it's going to be good.
Just because you're one of the greats doesn't mean I can't hit you with.
Bitch, get out the fucking business.
Get out the fucking business, please.
So, all right. I think Moulz has stepped away briefly. Okay, well, we got more remixes.
Yeah, I'm about to step away for a sec, but let's listen to that Doctor Who Dat remix. It's an improvement from what we heard, but anything would be.
We on a beat journey, let's go. Hey, yo. Villain man never ran with crows in his hand and won't stop rocking till he clocked in a gazillion. Villain man never ran with krills in his hand and won't stop rocking till he clocked in a gazillion grand. Tilling the wasteland sands, raps on backs of treasure maps, stacks to the ceiling fan. He rests on these ashes, ask him after 10 miles in his galoshes, smash his stashes. Chip on his shoulder with a slip-on holster, a clip, a folder, and his grip on a boulder bolster. They supposed to know, the show in his aura glow. Get from out the road when he get dough, it's horrible. Time is money, spend, wait, save, invest, the fest. The 10K a cave of chicken chest S. Yes, y'all are double get your trickles. The best ballers pitch in and rub to get a nickels. But tut, he about to change the price again and go up each time he blow up like hydrogen. Villain here, have him shrilling in fear. And won't stop top ill until he a gazillionaire, grill and stare. Yeah, your boy had drama, got him on the mental plane, avoided bad karma. One sold an inbred skinhead, a nigga joke, plus a brand new chrome smoker with the triggers broke. I thought I told him fire and pins were separate. He find out later when he tries to go and rep it. Took a Jehovah money for an Arabic Torah, charged in advance to translate it and ignored us order. One monkey don't stop, no slaughter. A junkie want a cop a quarter ton, run for the border. Know the drill, it ain't worth the overkill, flow skill. Still, there's no thrill. Fill a billion 10K bills.
I actually didn't mind that. That was cool.
6+.
Okay, well, 6+. What's his name? DJ Who Dat? Something. What was it? Hold on. Yeah. Who Dat? Anyway, what's going on, Jesse? Moulz is out the room. You want to goof off?
Sure.
All right. Well, I ain't got no idea.
About now.
No idea.
My whole life has been goofing off.
Tell me about it. Fucking tell me about it. You know, I feel
I think
bad.
you're a more serious man than me, huh?
No, this is the thing. I'm a goof. It's just that life forces me to be serious. You know?
Yeah, I don't know how to be serious. Moulz is back.
Okay. No, he's not back.
I haven't known how to be serious until this marriage, really.
Oh, okay. It'd be like that. I relate because once I got my first girlfriend, I just started doing all this advancement in life. And I'm like, where did all this come from? And it's like, oh, I feel obligated to do so because I'm responsible to another person's emotions and feelings now. So, but I'm going to share this with you because it's been on my chest and I ain't told nobody yet. I was at work yesterday and it was this stupid ass like mattress that I was trying to lift. It was like 70 pounds and it wasn't heavy so much as the box is like a certain, you can't get a good grip on it because it's like soft, but like the rounded corners. And it kept slipping. Anyway, I'm trying to lift it onto the belt and it slips out my hand and the box scrapes.
Are you
the guy
warehouse style again?
Warehouse style, yeah.
Oh,
and the dude that was
get you out of there.
I know, right?
Is it overnight?
No, it's a day shift right now, but I'm gonna have to pick up them overnight shifts because I need some more money. But
was it Amazon?
The guy, I don't want to say because I don't want these niggas in my business. Though I think
type it in the chat.
It. Anyway, yeah, I'll type it in the chat. But the guy who
same difference,
same shit, yeah. But the guy who was unloading the trailer with me, we were both in the trailer. He was standing, so the box fell and scraped his foot, or not his foot, his shin. And he was like, "Damn, bro!" Like, and I could tell he was probably mad at me, but he didn't want to and he a light skinned nigga too. He like Sinbad type light skin. So I'm like, oh fuck. So I'm like watching this nigga shin, like the rest of the shift, trying to see if he started bleeding or something. Cause I was like, damn, like I don't want to hurt my coworkers and shit. And it's like, I needed him to know, like I could lift it. It was really the way that the box was shaped. It wasn't that I'm a weakling. Like I ain't mean that, but he kept like pausing to check his shin. I'm like, oh, what? And I'm gonna be real with you. The reason I'm telling you is cause like the nigga was light skinned. I'm like, see now, if he was dark skinned, like it wouldn't be so obvious. Like this light skinned nigga finna start bleeding, okay, and it's gonna be all red and all. It's like, come on now, like come on, like it's bullshit. Anyway, I don't think he started bleeding. It looked red. I couldn't really tell. I kept trying to, but I didn't want to keep glancing at the nigga shin. That's sus. But like,
all right,
anyway,
we're back.
You have to be a professional mover or in the chat style to be good at that kind of shit.
Okay, definitely. That was in the chat.
Jesus Christ.
They a certain They handled all of my moving.
Okay, well, you just made an implication. All right, we're gonna move on before we.
And they were amazing, is what I'm saying.
Did you play the other remix, or there's two more remixes?
No, I waited for you to get back.
All right,
no, I'm saying they were fucking amazing at their job.
I believe you.
That's
okay,
all.
what's the next remix?
That could be perceived as a backhanded compliment, I would say.
Yeah, that's all we're saying.
We got the Gazillion Ear, Gennaro Jarrell, and Dave Sitek remix. So he's from TV on the Radio. And Gennaro Jarrell, JJ Doom fame.
All right. Well, fuck it. Here it is.
Man never ran with crows in his hand and won't stop rocking till he clocked in a gazillion grand. Till in the wasteland sands, raps on backs and treasure maps, stacks to the ceiling fan. He rests when he's ashes, ask him after 10 miles in his galoshes, smash his stashes. Chip on his shoulder with a slip-on holster, a clip, a folder, and his grip on a boulder. Most that they supposed to know. His flow in his aura glow. Get from out the road when he get dough is horrible. Time is money, spend, wait, save, invest, confess. The 10 case of cave and chicken chest S. Yes, y'all are dumb to get your trickles. The best ballers pitch in and rub to get a nickels. But tut, he about to change the price again and go up each time he blow up like hydrogen. Villain here, have him strilling in fear. It won't stop top ill until he a gazillionaire, grill and stare. Yeah, your boy had drama. Got him on the mental plane, avoided bad karma.
Okay.
I think that's the best of the three, but I don't know if I like any of those.
Oh, I preferred the You Were Gone, but I like the Doctor Who Dat remix. It was cool.
Okay. I think those two, this one and Doctor Who Dat, or Who Dat, maybe a flat 6 is a 6+.
Okay. I'll say 6+. It's
I went 6+.
Shit.
This one coming up isn't on the 12-inch, but Cook and Soul released a MF Doom remix tape. It was like a Doom Christmas-themed remix tape, and this is their Gazillion
Is this going to be on
Ear.
Boys to Man?
This is Let It Snow.
Oh, please be what I think it is.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Check it out now.
Dilla, mix. Do a deal for kicks and get rich quick. Sketch lyric, bet you about a nick on some Vic. Ick from the drumstick, come with the dumb stick. Sick slick, hidden in a book. The only way they find it is to spitting in a hook. Listen, don't look now, keep walking. Traded 3 beans for this cow. Keep talking, Hawkman, stalking here that we hawking often. Coughing to a coffin, might as well scoff the pork then. He's like Wolf, some say stronger though. Off the top, J Strongbow, play along, bro. Wear a mask like yo off the Gong Show. Flow slow as Mongo, Don Juan Thong Pro. For your info, when he's not practicing Jim Crow, actress in some info bimbo.
Get the fuck out of here, you motherfucker!
Fuck out of here.
Okay, I just have some information here. Hello?
Okay. Yeah,
Were you aware Doctor Who Dat is Gennaro Jarrell?
No, is that an alter ego of his?
It's an alter ego.
So he did 2 remixes on there.
Oh, would you look at that? Okay.
I'm not doing business.
All right.
Well, we got one more thing. This is from the MF Doom tribute record, Ask Anyone, by Aesop Rock and Homeboy Sandman. Homeboy Sandman took a few bars from this song to pay tribute.
Okay. Well,
I clipped it at the moment where it happens.
Oh, okay.
Talking in third person, he wore a mask so the charge won't grab. On a rooftop with a large stone slab. Seen where the industry was going and had to go nads to go nag. Thanks. A bar is not a measure. A music doomer's doing it's a unit of buried treasure.
Right. Well, I'm actually glad that's what he quoted, because I just was wondering. I don't know if anyone in here knows, but like the line about the stone slab, is that in reference to the artwork at all, or
on the cover?
Yeah.
What's the line?
He wears a mask so the charge won't grab on a rooftop with a large stone slab. And like the cover of the, album is obviously the mask with that like
it could have been some biblical shit.
Okay. Could have just been, some esoteric doom shit, but it's a cool image.
Homeboy saying, man, that's a guy with aura.
Are you being sarcastic?
He has aura.
I like him. I don't know if he has aura. His whole demeanor is like a normal dude, right? He like wears blue jeans
but like he's not very active on social media. He just drops albums here and there, and he's kind of a nomad of sorts.
I don't know if nomads have aura.
They can, but like not in general, because most people don't know. They don't clock them. Like they're not anywhere long enough for people to be like, that guy has aura, because you
got to be kind of well known to have aura, huh?
Not.
All right.
I mean, you have to be known because someone has to know you.
I'd say you don't have to, like, you can be well known within a subculture. You don't have to be well known as like a household name to have aura.
Right.
Okay, Flying Lotus has aura?
I don't think so, because I've conversed with him before. So I could say probably not.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, let me put it this way, Jesse. Roman Reigns has aura. Okay?
He's a star.
Roman Reigns has aura. The way he carries himself, all of that, he's got aura. Now, let me think of a wrestler who's aura-less that you've seen regularly.
He's an aura.
I think Jey Uso has no aura. He's just he's a star, but he doesn't have no aura about him.
He ain't no star, because stars have aura. He no yeet, okay?
He's one of the guys.
No yeet. Yeah, they try to make him that, but it's not. You don't feel it in your chest for real. That means
right.
he
Look,
ain't got
Seth
no aura.
Rollins coming out in all those silly looking outfits, no aura. Okay,
he can dress aura.
He can dress the part all he wants, but he's got no aura. 2024 CM Punk, no
is
aura.
Seth in on the joke?
Oh shit.
He thinks what joke? Himself?
Yeah, the fact that like he's wearing these wacky outfits, like, does he know that it's like a gimmick? Or?
Well, the character is supposed to be that he knows he's wacky, but
we don't
it's a
care
meta
that he's
thing,
wacky. We don't respect him as a man.
As a man? Yeah. Well, what has he done to lose your respect as a man?
Oh, I don't respect him as a character, bro. But as a man, I don't know him. I know what his dick looked like, sadly, but. That's another
in the wrong parts of the internet.
No, it was just one of those things where you get, surprise attacked with it. But
no, I don't get on the parts of the internet.
I'll say this, Jesse.
Don't rate the man's penis, please.
I'm not. No, I'm going to talk about you. You have aura, and you know how I know? Because before I ever talked to you or on the show, I used to see you on the timeline and be like, "What is this nigga's deal?" You have aura. I think Jesse has aura.
I have aura for me to not be a popular
aura
guy.
means you look at someone and ask what their deal is. I keep thinking.
I didn't say that's the only.
I feel like your definition of aura is just like whether or not someone is a mystery to you.
No, not exactly. Because it's not that someone is mysterious. It's that pull that makes you like. You could have a person like the popular kid at school. They're not mysterious, but like their aura just makes people want to talk to them.
I have had aura in my day. Trust me.
Yeah, like your aura. It's not a mist.
Look, I'm not gonna say Jesse's auraless, but I don't think he's not who comes to mind when I think of aura.
At this stage of my life, I don't think I have that much aura.
Jesse's like too sensitive and too humble to have aura. Like
I am sensitive and humble.
He doesn't carry himself like confidently and stoically in a way that would make me think like, oh, this guy he's good. Like he's like, if I saw Jesse, I'd be like, what's going on? Like I might be concerned for him,
I keep my confidence to myself. In my late 20s, I had aura. Like highly attractive women were like fucking me because like every other
This is
guy,
the humble guy, by the way.
No, every other guy in this space, meaning like OKP, has like tried to holler at me, but he hasn't. So what is his deal? And like, why hasn't he tried to get at me? And yeah, I'm fucking Al Bundy right now, poke high, reminiscing. But I've had aura in my lifetime. I don't know if I do now. I'm just a shitty man with bad health.
I'm not laughing at that.
They say
reality.
life comes at you fast, you know?
Yeah.
They do say that. They used to say it more.
I feel like if you used to have aura and you don't anymore, you never really truly had it, you know?
No, I definitely had it.
I mean, there are, like, for instance, would you say, not to get in the weeds with this, but like Chris Jericho is auraless now. But before, he was like a cool guy.
Nah, now that I watch back,
he seemed to be.
He wasn't. He was cool to me as a 13-year-old and a 14-year-old, yeah. But as a grown-up, my conception of what's cool, no, he's a massive fucking loser.
People fall off the cliff. Black Thought fell off the cliff.
They can fall off the aura train, is all I'm saying.
Black Thought fell off the train.
Let me tell you something, okay? There's people who they have it forever. They just have it forever. Yes. Like Snoop, he's still got aura to this day. And he's so washed. He's such like
he's Americana.
Yeah, he's such like a household name now, but he's still so wavy. He's still so Snoop.
He is, because even with him being like washed and like Uncle Snoop, if he walked in a room, people would be like, "Oh shit, Snoop!" Like, and want to get a picture. It's
the energy in the room would shift immediately if he walked into a room.
Yeah.
Speaking of the word wavy, Max B is the king of aura.
Yeah, Max B had crazy aura.
He might be the king of all aura.
I mean, listen, you want to talk about aura? Cameron used to talk about his aura all the time.
He had a lot. Yeah. Mace had none.
Mace had a little bit.
Aura?
Mace had a little bit.
He was just signed to Bad Boy. He was signed to the Machine.
He was like a cool guy. Like rappers always like, he was a cool guy, right?
He had the Bad Boy Machine. Without that, he would have just been murder. He would have been Big L, basically.
Oh. All right. Well, folks, feel free to join the aura conversation. This should be good for engagement. People like talking aura. Okay, so leave a comment on Spotify. They have comments.
There are people that in my day I thought had aura, and I look back now and say, no, they fucking didn't. I was a child.
Yeah, that definitely happens. That totally happens. Yeah.
Clip this. What is aura on YouTube?
Yeah, listen, Jericho is the perfect example for me, because you couldn't fucking tell me in like 2000, 2001 that this guy wasn't like the coolest motherfucker in the world.
Rock?
He's still cool. That's the thing.
The Rock is still cool?
Yeah, he's got aura. He's the final boss, Papa Tui. What are you talking about?
He's lost to me.
Did he not just come back and electrify audiences? Did you? You have to keep watching it because you're contracted to a year of Ain't No Wrestling. But I'm not watching this bullshit. I refuse to watch this bullshit again. Seriously, until the final boss comes back. Look,
the fact that you know it's bullshit means he's not who he was in 2002.
That's a good point.
Like I see clips now of old Rock, and I'm like, oh, he was the shit.
It's a different kind of aura.
He has a sociopathic aura now, like Tom Cruise that I like.
Nostalgic aura.
There we go. Exactly.
He has nostalgia. He's coasting off of his nostalgia.
He's got that Bateman aura now, and I like it. Okay.
Yeah, he can never be that old aura. It's a new aura now. We're like, this guy might be a little
Stone Cold
off.
Still kind of has the old aura about him.
Because he's done a good job of preserving it.
Yeah.
By not
Taker has zero aura now. He has zero.
He lost it all.
He does like soy face YouTube thumbnails now, so it's over.
I'm gonna tell you who Rock is. Sean Curry Carter. He's Jay-Z.
Oh my god.
People
Dwayne
still pop for
Johnson
Jay-Z.
was born, yeah.
But they pop for him because they've been lifetime marks for him. So
right.
They have no choice but to pop for him.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. Whole fucking crowd full of Somayos. For the Rock.
Yeah.
Yo, I gotta say, M. Night Shyamalan has aura. He does.
Oh yes. Listen,
I don't know what
that
he
might
looks
be a
like.
personal bias.
What do you mean? He's in every single one of his movies. He puts himself in it, in a cameo, or maybe even
He's
a
the
larger
regular
role.
fucking Stan Lee. I have no clue what he looks like.
Stan Lee had aura. He did.
Stan Lee had fucking aura.
Yeah.
Shyamalan's got aura, man. All right, he was not going to spoil Trap for anyone, but his cameo in Trap, I'm like, look at this fucking.
Is
guy.
it worth seeing?
Yes, it's a lot of fun.
Nothing about no Shyamalan.
Yes, it's a lot of fun. You and the wife should see Trap. You will have a nice, fun night out.
Kid Cudi, isn't it?
For like 5 minutes. Don't focus on the Kid Cudi of it all. I wish that wasn't spoiled for you, because when he pops up, it's very funny.
We live near a theater. If it's playing there, we'll go.
You should both go see it together. It's a fun movie. It's a fun night out type of deal. Like,
is it horror or
no? It's a thriller. Like, it's not
like gory or nothing. She doesn't like gore.
There's no gore in it whatsoever.
Okay.
But the premise is like, it's a thriller, right? Like, it's a edge of your seat thrill ride, if you will. Okay,
I'll see if it's playing at our local theater.
You're gonna be in good hands. Mr. Shyamalan will take care of you. Okay.
All right, I'll try to go Saturday.
But tell me if you think he has aura when you see his cameo.
Got it.
I don't have much else to say about this song other than let's see. Yeah, one man's waist is another man's soap. Son's fan base know the brother man's dope. I like that because it's a quotable. The first line. Also, it's a full rhyme where like every syllable plays into the syllables in the next bar. That's not easy to pull off without it sounding, contrived. I actually like
Doom
it.
is one of the masters of that,
Right. It didn't feel telegraphed. It felt very natural, despite the rhymes locking into sync so firmly and tightly. What else? I like that moment. Doom leave the competition steaming like a pile. Smile, ding, like the ding was cool. My only other note is later for the date than that Hadron Collider.
Yeah,
I know. I don't actually know what it is. I looked it up once when I was a teenager. I don't remember, so I don't get the bar. And Genius can't tell me nothing because they ain't smart. So fuck them. I'll find out on my own time, but. That might be a dope bar. I don't know. I have to look it up.
Didn't Jay Electronica rap about that?
Probably.
Shay Grand has a song. Large.
Oh, Shay Grand. That's what I was thinking about. Hadron Collider. Okay.
I like the roach was never dead. Live for a week, then dehydrate with the severed head. Instead, it was depicted as flicked in, split the wick slit. That's sort of masturbatory, but the roach was never dead.
That's the sequence I was referring to when I said he can get into that space on here.
Word. Actually, I meant to say, the fools before that. Fools, the roach was never dead. Whenever MF Doom says like fools, it hits harder than any other rapper because he has that like authoritative, villainous, like, fools. It resonates with me. And at the end, you get the the obligatory Doom soundbite. We have to, find Doom. I like that warbly good luck. It pops me, but that's the most we get on here. Like, it's like moments like that. We used to get whole fucking interludes with the sound bites and shit, and it would be good too. Now we get the little tossed off shit at the end. It's like, all right, 7-. I'll take it, but I know what you're capable of. All right. I don't know if I can take too much more of this, So yeah,
you skipped one of the lines of the album for me when you mentioned the ding, but Sparkling Jewels in effect like alternate side of the street parking rules. You know about that, Mel?
He doesn't because he ducked.
That's some New York shit.
Is it like you have to switch the side of the street you park on, otherwise you get like a
pretty much.
Yeah, because of the street cleaning, or is it the garbage? I don't remember.
I'm familiar with that. In Peoria, I would have to move my car off the street because the street cleaners would come through.
Yeah. I'll pay for that. That's some New York shit.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of what you just went back to, the voice is like, I don't like that about this album. The fucking Like, what is it, like from a sci-fi show or something? Like,
it's not from a classic cartoon. Like, it sounds like it was recorded.
No, it was done for this album.
Yeah, like it was
like
recorded
they're doing like
for this
old school
album.
hip slang.
I don't
Cold,
like it.
Getting dumb. I dislike that about this album. I dislike about
Look,
this
there
album.
are many inconvenient truths about Born Like This. We're only getting started.
That others, I'm not trying to do a whole deep dive on the whole album, but that other song with Curious and all them people at the end, I don't know what that was about with like the fucking auto-tune shit on it. I didn't get
Jesse,
that.
did you just switch mics?
No, I leaned in closer.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. yeah. I don't know. Before we get out of here, if I can ask, you said there was a song we weren't going to talk about, but like, how do you guys plan to talk around that song? Are you going to cover it at all?
What? Oh. Yeah, we'll cover it.
Well, okay. Yeah, you were like, that song was excluded.
Well, I didn't want you on there, that's all. No offense.
I could talk about that song without going too crazy. I could have, but well, what I will say is, if you're gonna do that kind of a song, it shouldn't have been done. But if you're gonna do that kind of a song, you have to at least try to make it that funny. So.
Well, we're not there yet, but we will be covering it. I just didn't want, potential line stepping.
I know how to talk about shit without line stepping.
Okay.
I
thought
fine.
you were.
You thought what?
In the chat, you wouldn't say this, but like, my brain thought.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Wow.
Like I said, I know you wouldn't say that. But anyway,
that word hasn't come out of my. That word hasn't come out of my mouth since like I was a child.
Okay.
Like maybe if I'm rapping along to a song and it's in there.
All right, Jesse, don't get yourself sent to prison. Okay.
I'm saying if I'm rapping along to a song and I'm just gonna say the lyrics, but that word, that since I was like a child, literally.
Okay. Well, does anyone have anything else to say?
Oh, announcement style?
Do you have an announcement?
Yeah, I guess. Since people, I'm not going to say they keep bothering me about it, but it comes up regularly enough. When is my next scheduled appearance? Approximately.
Let me check the schedule. Your next scheduled appearance. First week of November.
Oh, I can absolutely guarantee with 100% certainty Best of Jesse will be out before my next appearance.
I'll love to hear it.
Wow.
Yeah, if you need an update, we're at like. If you need an update, we're at like 65%. I wanted to get it out for my wedding anniversary, which was August 4th. I wanted to drop it on that day. But then the whole fucking,
You did?
Wanted to, but then my health went left. So.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, is it somehow tied to Best of Jesse?
No, it was just
a personal
1 year anniversary, just special day. Best of Jesse is out.
This thing keeps getting pushed back because he's picking weird days.
That was my plan. That was my initial plan. I'm at like the 65% point of completion at this point. So it will be out before November.
You're on a album review with us in November. You're on a mixtape review with us actually in December. So we'll get 2 more Jessies before the end of the year.
All right. And any live listens, if I'm not in the hospital, I'll be here.
Well, we'll see about we're milking the current live listen at the moment, so
all right.
We'll see if we get to one before November.
All right, definitely. Type in the chat who am I on for in November?
Back to November.
Hold on.
No, I'd love to talk about that guy.
Oh, that'll never happen again.
That album,
He doesn't bring
that
in
song is
no
on.
traffic?
What's that?
He doesn't bring in traffic?
Funny enough, he's scheduled for a RAB Express poll that you're actually on, like early next year. So never mind.
I'm here. RAB Express. How does that work?
Oh, not RAB Express. RAB Intermission poll.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's on a RAB Intermission poll.
I'm ready.
At the beginning of next year, I think. So.
All right.
You're locked in. Like, we actually got November, December, and January appearances from you this next couple months. So.
All right, November. I hope they pick an album I want to talk about.
Well, Jesse, that's not how it works. All right, they pick what they want.
I get it. I'm just saying.
You think I wanted to talk about Born Like This?
No, that guy has some low points in his career.
I don't know what the options are on that one, though. Hold on. Let me see what the options are. I think the options are all, like, good options.
Good shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the most part. I think there's one thing that if they vote for it, it would be like, okay, why'd you guys pick this? One sec. I'll tell you what it is.
If anybody has anything to say now, it'd be time to say it. Otherwise,
I'll be here all night, okay? I have nothing left to say because I can say something momentarily.
Right. A matter of seconds, right? Yeah, okay. Well.
Jesse, anything?
I'll see you guys in November. And, best of Jesse before that.
All right. Sounds good. See y'all for the rest of this review after the record scratch. Hey, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all of the other episodes, check the link in the description, stop by raprankings.com, or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform. And please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting to help us grow the channel and continue our journey as hip-hop's first and premier extreme podcast.